Hello everyone, and welcome back to our DMO update video, and today we have a new NADMO update which removes dungeon tickets, or at least the functionality of dungeon tickets, in addition to a new season pass and a new event. So let's get right into it. And we're gonna start off with the weekly anti-player update. It was here, there was an item here, and it was Omegamon's chance of evolution. Yeah, it's gone, they took it away. Basically, it was the item that needed to craft Omegamon X Alpha. Yeah, this is gone. They took it away. So you can straight up no longer get Omegamon X Alpha for the Digital Fusion. Weekly anti-player update. They do that all the time. They do that every single update. No matter how good the update is, there's always have to be a caveat. There's always gonna be something that's bad for the players. They just can't do one honest to god good update without like adding something bad in it. So yeah, getting your rank from Digital Fusion is just not possible anymore for free-to-play players. Like, even though it wasn't like easy, it wasn't like, oh, everyone can get you rank, no one's gonna buy data summons. That wasn't really the case. It would have taken you years to get it anyway. But they also said that we are currently working on providing more diverse evolution opportunities, so we hope you look forward to the upcoming updates. This is where I gonna have to doubt it a little bit. Unfortunately, I just don't have faith in them anymore, so I'm not gonna have good expectation. Whatever's gonna happen, we'll see. But again, don't have high expectation myself. But yeah, this is, the weekly nerfs. Let's get into the update, because I think overall this is a pretty good update, but we have to start out with a bad note, which is just unfortunate. But yeah, so the update removes the functionality of dungeon tickets. To enter any dungeon, you will no longer need tickets, with the exception of few dungeons. So these are the dungeons that still need their own tickets, but other than that, all the dungeons won't have tickets. So for those who don't know, we got this update in NADMO 2 weeks ago, and then the last week we got an improvement on this update in NADMO. And here in NADMO, we actually got the improved version. So Gankumon, for example, was the dungeon that I think got hurt the most. But last week they kinda fixed it. Now you get coins, and you can use each coin from the quest to get your box of choice. When it was first added, you could only get each box once per week, which was a massive nerf. Now that's no longer the case. So if we take all the quests, I don't know if they need the same boss or you have to do it once a week. So let's give it a try. You can see we don't need ticket, but the reward is only obtained from quests. So let's go ahead and try it. I don't know if the Gankumon is gonna count towards all the quests. That would be nice. So let's see. No, it only counts on one quest. So you're gonna have to do it daily, which is unfortunate. And we got banana. We didn't get the additional box. So yeah, I guess you're gonna have to do Gankumon daily. But if you do that, you get 2 coins per quest, and it's 7 quests, so it's basically 14 coins a week, and it will result in 14 boxes, which is the same that you would get every single week. So it's not a nerf. Although there's an additional reward box. There's a box that have a chance to give you one of these random boxes that you would get, but that wasn't really added at the start of Gankumon. It was an addition to Gankumon dungeon. So now they straight up took away that buff, which is kind of funny that they buffed Gankumon and they basically re-nerfed it this update, but it's still the same as the released Gankumon, which is good. So overall, I think it's a pretty good changes. At least guarantee you getting the 14 boxes if you play every day, unlike with tickets where if you disconnect you lose a ticket basically. But another really annoying and honestly bad change, and I think it's so far the only bad change in this update, is Colo tickets. Yeah, they're basically adding another version of the Colo ticket for no reason. They're basically getting a 7-day ticket instead of the normal permanent one. It cannot be used basically. Like, it doesn't show because I already got it from the quest. But all these 41 Colo tickets that I already had saved are completely and utterly useless, which is just silly. I don't know why we're doing this. Why did they just do this nonsense? Because like, Colo is the dungeon that you get disconnected in the most, so this is just bad. So I don't know why they did this. I don't understand why you just decided that basically all our tickets are useless. Like, this is just the dumbest change ever, man. Like, why? I can see the other ticket changes, that it all makes sense, that's fine. I can even see the Gankumon change, but why is this? Why is this a thing? You didn't even add timer to the existing tickets. You just made them unusable. Why would you do that? Why? What is the point? Like, this is just blatant taking items away from player for absolutely no reason. Why would you do that? So yeah, this made me angry. But yeah, that is honestly such a dumb change. But other than that, the overall changes are pretty good, because this change makes a lot of the dungeons that previously needed tickets don't need tickets anymore, but still give the same reward. So outside of the Holy Beast dungeons, which got rework, which we're gonna take in a second, the other dungeons straight up need no tickets whatsoever, and they give the exact same reward, which is just very nice. That's like a massive plus. Like stuff like Royal Base normal mode straight up needs no ticket. I had 877, bro. So all of these dungeons straight up needs no tickets. So again, rival base, normal and easy, can be done without tickets. Kaiser Laboratory doesn't need tickets, but also doesn't need quest, because previously the old Kaiser's Laboratory needed you to do 30 days quest to unlock hard mode. That is no longer the case. You can do Kaiser Laboratory without needing to do this quest, which I would say somewhat of an underrated dungeon. It actually still dropped random mid data. I just did a run after the update and got random mid data from it, so it's pretty good change. But now let's talk about the Holy Beast dungeon changes. So for start, you get weekly quests for all the Holy Beast dungeons and the Fanglong Moon dungeons, and they give you, is that 6 or 5? Well, it gives you some, they give you like, I think these are 6 boxes for like each boss, and it's a weekly quest, and it requires you to kill the final boss only twice, so it should be done relatively quickly, I would say. But the big stuff is that in the dungeon itself, you still get some rewards. So for easy mode, you now get the random seal box, which gives you random seals, which is nice. I don't know if it have 100% drop chance or not, but I don't think it is. And for normal mode, it can give you items related to the equipment. So I already did a quick ZDG run, and I got 2 of the Crimson Flame Fragment. Yeah, which is this, which needed to craft equipment. It can also drop this, which use it to, I guess, craft equipment, but I didn't get it, so it's not 100% drop chance. Can give you the Radiant Crystal, which does something related to the equipment. The box, which can give you random equipment, or it have a chance to give you the ultimate equipment. So if we look at the item craft from Loopmon, you can use items to craft the new equipment. So this is a box that can give you one of the random equipment of each dungeon, and they have rarity from, I think, normal to ultimate, which ultimate being the best. And yeah, you can use these to craft more items. I don't know what they do yet. So okay, this is needed to upgrade the equipment, I guess. This is like for buffs, and this is reinforcement materials and stuff. Powerful aura, which you actually get from Holy Beast. A normal mode gives you 15, and by using 15 you can get Obsidian Stone, and they kind of screwed it up. You can either get 15 or 30. Now the way it was supposed to be is that 15 tradable or 30 untradeable, but they screwed up. Boosts are untradeable, so basically you get additional 30 Obsidian Stone per week guarantee, which is very nice. So overall, the Holy Beast update is pretty good. Again, it makes the dungeons just doable without needing tickets, so all the items are straight up infinitely farmable, which is just really nice. Getting disconnected doesn't cost you tickets anymore, even though the drop chance is not the best, I would say. Even though I have a sample size of 1, I don't think it's that bad. But I think the biggest stuff is more into the other dungeons. The fact that a lot of the dungeons now are straight up infinitely doable. Stuff like Royal Base also doesn't need tickets. It's pretty good. It's an overall net positive. As for the weekly dungeons, they now have weekly quests that you can clear to get the rewards. So for Royal Base Hard, for example, you need to do it 2 runs and you get your rewards, which I'm not sure if it's worse or better. I think it's kinda better. I don't know how much you get previously, but that's the reward you get per week. But the important stuff is that you can straight up enter it without needing tickets. I don't think this item will drop, but the important stuff here is that they mentioned in the patch note is that you can get the breakthrough material from the following dungeon. Now, they said from the boss, but in the KDMO translation it was a boss, so if it can drop from any boss in Royal Base Hard, it means that you can do Royal Base Hard, only doing the Royal Knights to farm seals, but to also farm the breakthrough material box, which I don't know if that's gonna be that good or not, but it's doable. I don't think they will give any rewards other than like the seal drops, which they said is unchanged, because it can drop the breakthrough material box. If it can drop from Royal Knight with a decent drop chance, it might be worth doing. But the other stuff here is that doing easy mode just for the seals, I don't think they have that much HP in easy mode. Yeah, you can see here I'm just doing a lot of damage. Yeah, they don't have a lot of HP at all. It's like what, 2 million HP? Yeah, straight up 2 million HP Roll Knights, and I'm assuming they drop seals. So if that's the case, you can just, if you have a decent Digimon, you can just enter. Didn't get a seal this time, I think. Okay, I didn't get it. Let's see, the next Roll Knight is Dynasmon again, so another chance to get Dynasmon seal. Okay, didn't get it this time either. Let's try the third. Okay, didn't get seal either, but yeah, I guess I only got this garbage. But because it's, you know, it doesn't need tickets, you can just enter and re-enter and farm seals if it's drawable in here. But since it's like very fast, it could be a cool little thing to do, to just, I don't know, do it no easy mode solo for like some seal drops or whatever. Could be something interesting. Vajramon might also be worth doing for that. The Stadium Dungeon easy mode should actually be as decent for seal farming, I guess, since again the bosses there is somewhat on the easy side and it can drop seals. You can just, you know, spam it solo if you don't have a party, you don't want to bother looking for a party. It could be like a cool solo way to farm some Terra, I guess. Same with the Chaotic Battlefield from Megadramon and Buildamon bosses. They can drop seals. You maybe can do it but it's a bit harder. But if you can, do it to farm some seals, could be good, I guess. As for your old dungeon tickets, you can exchange it from data monet that's centered to get dungeon exchange ticket, and you can use the ticket to craft some items. So these are the tickets I have. Let's see how many items I get. And there we go, I have 269. And now we have the exclusive inventory. It's gonna be empty, although I'm not gonna bother selling all the items. I'm just gonna keep them there. It's not like I need the space for anything. And that kind of shows you, because like they added this exclusive inventory somewhat recently, I would say, for tickets, and then they just go to remove tickets. Kind of shows you how little planning they do. Like they did not plan anything whatsoever. But yeah, we have 269 of the dungeon exchange ticket, and we can use it to craft some items. The best deal by far is seal openers. As you can see, one singular dungeon exchange ticket is 20 seal openers. So if I like, that's gonna be a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Let's waste the 69 I have to have them a clean 200, and that's gonna be, yeah, over a stack, and I could get way more than that. So this is probably the best thing to craft. So if you are somewhat of an old player and you have lots of dungeon passes around and you have like 100 or something, you could get some interesting items. I think options seal openers is just by far the best item to get, but I'm gonna hold on to them for now because I don't know what items I'm gonna need in the future. So right now I'm just gonna save it, and hopefully they don't just randomly delete it, because they do that sometime. And yeah, these are the dungeon changes. Next we have is the season pass. So season pass, not sure what season this is, but we have a new season pass alongside some events which gives some insane seals, but we'll take a look at in a second. First season pass itself lasts for 55 days, and the reward seems to be the normal season pass stuff. In the free side, we still get our seal opener, backups, tons of food of Yggdrasil, the normal stuff. As far as free resources go, this is pretty good, with damage skin at tier 30. The premium reward also gives the typical stuff, more season pass data summons, which is useless honestly, unique data summons, event seal, Omega Reinforced clone, and the super premium reward comes with the normal stuff, but also a new item, the primal fruit items, which only usable on transcended Digimon and increases to their size to 140, which is a maximum in the super premium reward. So basically 500 crown to get. So yeah, this is a season pass. Normal stuff have ultimate summons, event seal that could change. We got 4 level 5 Digegg. I swear there used to be a 1 in the free side. I guess they removed it and added it to the super side, because can't have those filthy free to play get free resources in this game. And it's Mega Reinforced clone, which is nice. So the typical season pass stuff, but the important stuff comes with the event. So they didn't add any daily quests, but they made the current daily quest give more rewards. So the current 2 daily quests will give 5 tightly frozen ice and 15 EP and token of darkness, and the second quest I think gives the same items but gives token of chaos instead, and the 5 tightly frozen ice. And you can use the tightly frozen ice with season pass token number 2, which you get 4 sent to your mail alongside the maintenance reward. So you get 4 from your mail for free, and you can use them to craft items from Gatomon. Season pass token 2, you can craft free equipment, but the important stuff is the season pass seal box. So the season pass seal box allows you to choose between the new seals, and you get 200 per box, and the seals gives a lot of stats. Yeah, if we look at it, so we have the Dungeon Master, we'll take a look at it in a second, but you can see season pass stats gives a lot of stats. The HP gives you 1000, the attacks give you 600, the critical gives you 10%, and the hit gives you 600 hit, which is really huge. These are the 2 that you really want to get. So it will take you a while to get, so you're not going to be able to get all, even 3000 of the same seal in the same event, so you're probably going to have to wait for it in a couple of events. But yeah, this is a pretty good seal. It gives you a lot of stats, and it can also give you the permanent equipment, but I don't think these are worth it anymore with the Holy Beast equipment, so focus on getting the seals first. Next, we have some changes related to the raid bosses in the Tokyo Odaiba maps and the D Reaper. First of all, in the Tokyo Odaiba maps, these raids have been removed, and instead the reward items from these raids will be added to the other raid boss, and the timer for the other raid boss have changed from 2 hours to 30 minutes, which is pretty good. And these are the drop chances for the items from the other bosses, so farming for your Digivice should be easier. Same thing with the D Reaper maps, also changing the timer from, I think it used to be 2 hours also, to 30 minutes. And I think they buffed the drop chance for the true data. It's now a 25% chance, and the enrichment data have 100% drop chance, which is very nice. And next we have the return of the Dungeon Master event. So we have an attendance event from the 10th up until the 21st. You get Dungeon Master seals, and they give you less choice and more forces, so you get HB, hit, evasion, defense. That's unfortunate. I wish it was a choice. I guess they really want to sell the Dungeon Master pack in the cash shop. Man, they're being really blatant about this sort of stuff. Like, okay, we get it, you wanna make money. Like, at least don't make it that obvious. In the first Dungeon Master event, it was all the selection box. Now they made it not the selection box, so you are forced to get the seeds that you don't want, which makes you more likely to buy the packs from the cash shop. Like, come on, Move Games, we see what you're doing. And in case you don't know, the summon ticket you get from the season pass can be used in the summon ticket, which is garbage, because this can give you either triple S rank or triple S plus. So it's not very good because it's a chance. It's not even a guaranteed triple S plus fusion. It's literally can be either triple S or triple S plus. So this is not very good, honestly. And in the cash shop, for those who care, as I already mentioned, the Dungeon Master Seal Pack is available for 39 crown and gives you 200 seal of the Dungeon Master of your choice and 4 seal openers. It's limited and there's no limit on how many you can buy it, but I don't think it's tradable, so keep that in mind. And also the unit hacking stuff, which is whatever, honestly. So yeah, this is the update. Overall, it's a pretty decent update, minus the actual thievery from taking Omega Chance of Evolution. Like, this game is cooked, man. They just had their players. I feel like there's nothing more to say. I've said everything. They don't care at this point, so just gonna have to deal with it, you know, just typical DMO stuff. But yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like on it and subscribe for more DMO content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.